Hey everybody, welcome back to Nicky's NRFIs. Nick Mikan here with Pickdawgz. Today is September 22nd, 2023. On this show, all we care about is the first 6 outs of the ball game. A NRFI means no runs first inning, while a YRFI means yes runs first inning. But before I get into my free plays, be sure to smash that like button and subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you're looking for my top plays, my premium picks, head on over to pickdawgz.com and check out our premium picks tab. That's where you'll find my lock of the day just for $20. And best of all of our daily packages come with credit guarantee. You can read more about that on our website under any daily package we cappers have to offer. Now let's continue staying absolutely smoking hot as we look into Friday's games. Let's roll into game number 1, which is a big time division matchup right now between the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers. Right now for the Seattle Mariners, Miller will be on the mound with an 8-5 record and a 3.88 ERA. He'll be matched up against the Texas Rangers Dunning with a 10-6 record and a 3.78 ERA. Both of these pitchers, they're very good, but what I want to focus on is how big a game this series is. Both of these teams right now are tied in the division in the AL West behind the Houston Astros in a half of game. This is a huge series coming up here. I think both of these pitchers will be locked in. It's going to be a lot cleaner of a baseball game, I think, because this game does really matter and mean something. So I don't think any runs are coming across. I don't think either of these offenses are going to jump out, either on Dunning or Miller. In that case, I'm riding and we're smacking the NRFI in this game. That's game number 1 between the Mariners and the Rangers. We're hitting no runs first inning. Let's roll into our second game between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. Right now for the Pittsburgh Pirates, Ortiz will be on the mound with a 4-5 record and a 4.85 ERA. He'll be matched up against the Cincinnati Reds. Abbott with an 8-5 record and a 3.68 ERA. I will say something about this Cincinnati Reds team. They are on a 2-game losing streak, and they are only 1 game out of the last place in that wild card spot. The Cincinnati Reds, plain and simple, need to start swinging the bats, producing runs early on, getting ahead, especially of this Pittsburgh Pirates team, in which I think they will, on Ortiz in the top of this or the bottom of this first inning, I should say. I think the Cincinnati Reds, they're due. They need to start playing some fundamentally sound baseball, and especially against a bad team like the Pittsburgh Pirates. I think this top of the order for the Reds are going to get to Ortiz in this game. And then let's look at the Pittsburgh Pirates. Yeah, they've been awful all year, besides the start of that season. But they've been brutal. But I will say one thing about this Pittsburgh Pirates team is that they are 5th in all of MLB in home runs. I believe they have 166 home runs, and Abbott does give up runs, and he likes to give up solo bombs to start off his outing. It wouldn't surprise me if Pittsburgh gets ahead really early in this game, but I'm leaning more towards this Cincinnati Reds team getting to the Pittsburgh Pirates in this one. That's why in game number 2 between the Pittsburgh Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds, we're smacking the YRFI. Yes, runs first inning. Let's roll into our third and final game between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians. Right now for the Baltimore Orioles, Kramer will be on the mound with a 12-5 record and a 4.17 ERA. He'll be matched up against the Cleveland Guardians, Bieber, with a 5-6 record and a 3.77 ERA. This is a pretty big game for this Baltimore Orioles team, as they are 2.5 games above the Tampa Bay Rays in the AL East. They have to maintain playing very fundamentally sound baseball. I think Kramer gets off to an absolutely fantastic start. The Cleveland Guardians lack in their run production, but they got their ace on the mound, Shane Bieber. He hasn't been the old Shane Bieber like last year, but he's still a really good arm, one of the best in the league, I think, the way he does command himself also. So I don't think any runs are coming across in the first 6 outs of this ball game. That's why in game number 3 between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs first inning. Let's take a recap of the games I've selected. Game number 1 between the Seattle Mariners and the Texas Rangers, NRFI. Game number 2 between the Pittsburgh Pirates Pirates and the Cincinnati Reds. YRFI, yes, runs, first inning. In our third and final game, between the Baltimore Orioles and the Cleveland Guardians, we're smacking the NRFI. No runs, first inning. Once again, this is Nick Mencken with Pickdawgz. If you have not done so, smack that like button. Helps me out a ton, and it costs you none. And if you're looking for my top plays, my lock of the day, we got a big week on tap for college football, NFL, and MLB. Check that description below. The link is there, and I will see you guys tomorrow.